Okay, well, fellow crested cockatoo decided to make himself apparent. So here's my Macan MX60, and you can see that she's substantially bigger than my Widewheel. And when I get down on a lower angle, get that right, you can see that the deck is higher, and of course the wheel diameter is substantially larger. So that should be both good and bad. Now over here we have the battery pack, which is about 7 kilos. And when I press this button here, it shows that it's at 100%, and a second press shows that it's 67.2 volts, which is good. The battery pack is actually very nice, well made, and bloody heavy. It's 7 kilos, so yeah. Okay, let's jam it in. It's a very nice case where it's got an XT90 connector to plug it in. I read recently on Reddit, some fool thought that that the BMS was under here, but of course, since the charging port happens in here, the BMS must be inside here with the batteries, because it's a battery management system. Underneath here you've got the controllers, nice little venting to allow them, that's the front and rear wheel controllers, nice little venting to allow them to operate. So that locks down. So let me get my helmet and glasses. We'll take it for a little bit of a squirt. I have not powered it up yet. This is from charging last night. So we'll just see what we get. Okay. The handlebars, as you can tell, are substantially higher than I am used to. And so that I can see some of these things, or you can see some of these things, I'm going to get up here. So let's just power on. What do I press that for? Oh yes. So it's done 3 kilometers. We're in gear 1. Don't know which way is dual. I think that's dual, and I think it's got kick to go enabled by default. I think the horn works. Yep, that's pretty annoying. So I'm going to try and just get up my driveway in gear 1, see what it does. It was pretty pedestrian in the shop, but so I don't know if that means that it's got no torque, meaning it won't get up much of a hill, meaning that it's good for grannies cruising along at like a few kilometers an hour, or what. So let's start with that and see where we go. Okay. It'll of course have kick to go enabled. Doesn't really like getting up my hill there, so let's just change it straight to mode 3. Really? That's pretty fucking gutless. So I must be doing, I hope I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, so how many more gears has it got? Mode, no, it's only got 3 gears, so that's pretty interesting. Well, the tyres make a lot more road noise. 25, 26 kilometers an hour, so it's yeah. Now the steering feels like it's damp, so I think that even though it's got good stability, I think there's some sort of damping in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to go home and read the manual and continue this in a moment, because this is pretty boring. I don't like straight away the deck. What I don't like on the deck is that I used to be able to put my foot up here, and can't really do that on this. Yeah, obviously the steering mechanism is pretty impressive, but yeah, I'm so far not really that, impressed. Tyres don't feel flat. Well, this fucking holding the trigger down is going to get boring pretty quickly. 22 kilometers an hour up here. My Widewheel dual would crawl up here much faster. Still showing full battery, so the battery's quite fine. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's pathetic. So hopefully I'll find something in the manual that says, oh yes, you're in grandma mode. So let me go and have a look at that. I don't like the deck. I just don't like the deck. It's wide, so it encourages you to stand feet together. It's hard to get your foot back. Yeah. So first impressions, not good. Okay, let's go and have a look at the manual. Well, a quick read of the manual suggested that the button works in the opposite direction to what I thought it did, so let's just try this again. Now that's definitely engaged the front wheel. So 14 k's up here is not terribly impressive, but there it is. That's got better torque. But I still really want to be more back here, so I can almost be standing on the stand to get back to where I want to be. You know, this is, but still it's a bit pedestrian, 22 kilometers an hour. Jesus, if this is all the power it's got, I'm fucking disappointed. Okay, so let's go back and have another look. And yeah, the power is just as jerky as any other thing. Yeah, we're not getting off to a good start, are we? Get into the car and get the pressure gauge and see what the actual pressure in the tyres is. That might make an issue. Okay, well, at least the brakes feel nice. Like, you know, you can lock up the back and front, so that's good. So adjusted fairly tightly out of the box. Okay, let's go for take 3 then in a moment, hopefully. Okay, so I've tweaked a few of the settings. There was some settings that were a bit mysterious, but I disabled kick to go and it seems to have a fair bit more power, but that trigger is fucking way twitchy. Again, the handlebars, I mean, you've got to have it punching you in the guts to get anywhere. Well, that got up the hill better, so that speed setting was good. Okay, so now we're rocking along. We're doing supposedly 40 k's, 42 k's, assuming the speed's correct. I should have brought my phone with me as a reference. Cruise control appears to have been engaged as I requested it. So seems to be sitting on 44 kilometers an hour. Wow, a lot of Corellas on the golf course this morning. Okay, so how do I feel about it? Well, I kind of don't like the fact that I got to crowd the bars, but I guess that this is for dickheads who crowd the bars anyway, because this stem actually hangs back more than my other one. So, I don't know, Jesus, you really don't want to step off axis on this thing, you really notice it. So like I've often said, you know, a narrow board is a better board because it forces you to stay, you know, standard on it. I'll be interested to chuck my GPS on this, but horn works. In terms of stability, it doesn't feel like it's wanted to switch all over the joint, but it doesn't make me feel really good about it yet. The board's too short and everything's back too far. I don't like it. Handles bumps okay. Yeah, it's a smooth, cushy ride. It just feels like fucking softer suspension version of mine. So there you go. I think I might actually just simply park this up when I get back, go grab my GPS and come on this run again and see what I think, but I'm not liking it. Like, it's what you'd expect of a motorcycle in some ways, but it's a scooter, so it's not a motorcycle. And again, yeah, a single press of the lever disengages the cruise control, so it'll be amusing to see how, wow, they're all going off now. Don't know why they all decided to do, going up to the field for lunch, right, what, early breakfast. Okay, wow, gee, this fucking trigger is, and you can't, you know, you've got to just about push your guts into the steering stem to lean forward on it, so, okay, let's hold it down. And that's not enough time, so let's go for the 7 seconds. Nice. No, still not enough time to engage the cruise control. Yeah, there's 7 seconds. So we're doing, according to WIT, we're doing 40 kilometres an hour with a headwind down my hill. So it may just feel less fast because the board's higher, which is, in my opinion, a dangerous thing, and I really don't like how much this thing moves around every time I change footwork. Fucking hell. I can see why newbie kiddies are terrified of these big things, because, you know, the effect of your feet on the... That's my feet doing that, by the way. The effect on your feet on the board are fairly intense. You know, hitting bumps, it's pretty much exactly as I'd expect. Before I pull in, I'll just do my my torture test hill and see how it goes. So, setting up for a bit of a corner. Yeah, I'm still thinking skateboard style because, you know, that's what I grew up on. Yeah, look, it just goes around the corner very nicely. Feels very neutral, feels very sure. If you're not into flicking things around, it probably makes a really good commuter. But I sort of am into flicking things around. It feels like there's some kind of delay. There's a bit of stiffness in the steering, which makes it feel dead. And I suspect that that's the bearings are adjusted a bit tight. It, you know, I'm just pushing a little bit on it, and it just doesn't feel as direct. And I'm pretty sure that's down to the stiffness of the steering stem bearing, because it sat on the showroom floor for a fair while. Okay, so where are we going here? Let's go up here. Okay, 39 kilometers an hour. You know, assuming that this is even right. 37 kilometers an hour, 36 kilometers an hour, 34 kilometers an hour, 32 kilometers an hour. I don't think this is fucking 32 kilometers an hour. So go around the corner. It doesn't feel as fast as my Widewheel did. We're up 35. Yeah, it's just pulling along nicely. I definitely want more room at the back, you know. I could see myself wanting to stand back here, and this is just so not me. So, wonder what the restocking fee is going to be on this. You know, generally the build quality is just simply amazing. You know, for some people this might be good. Suspension's pretty plush. I mean, you know, there'd be some more clanking around happening on my Widewheel. So, you know, yeah. So take the jewel off on the hill. Didn't seem to make much difference. Can't really tell. Maybe it won't engage and disengage when you're traveling. I don't know. Nothing that says that I can read on the thing. Changing on the dash, telling you that you're in dual or single mode. Anyway, yeah. The grips are nice. It feels really plush. It's fucking heavy to pull in and out of the place. All of the cables on it are really beautifully routed and such. So, you know, if you're one of these people that's into how it looks, man, this thing's the business. But I don't know, for a bit of a scooter head like me, it's a bit fucking dead, really. You know, the brakes are good. I can lean back on the brakes. Gee, that trigger's really fucking sensitive. Okay. This claims to do it 43 already. I reckon there's something wrong with that. 45. I don't know. I'm going to go get my GPS and confirm this. Okay, I've put my phone on the top of it so I can make a comparison. You know, there's a few advantages to it that I'll say straight up. Like, the steering head here is just amazingly robust piece of steel. It's just impressive shit. Yeah, comes down my driveway. The combination of the larger tyres and the brakes just gives me much more feel going down it. But let's and I'm getting the hang of this trigger, but Okay. Nah, it's fucking nothing like it. Fucking optimistic, fucking wanking bullshit. Okay, this is saying, unless... I better fucking have a look at what it's displaying here, because that's fucking saying kilometres per hour. Yeah, it says kilometres per hour mode. Oh, now we've got extra gears. Here we go. Now we've got 5 gears. Well, that's interesting. And I'm just going to press mode longer. Oh, that turns the headlight on. Let's go with gear 5. So, wonder how you... Well, okay. Let's see if that goes any faster than it was before. Okay, well it's saying 21 on that one, and this one's saying 13, so I'm saying probably that the speedo needs to be dialed in because it's got the wrong size wheels on it. But let's see what we actually go up to. It's got 27 kilometres an hour on my GPS. Morning, how's it going? 28 kilometres an hour on my GPS, it's saying 45, so wildly inaccurate speedo. Needs to have some of those numbers dialed in. I just don't think this deck's long enough. Yeah, 25, 23. No wonder it felt pedestrian, because it fucking is pedestrian. So yeah. Okay, I think I need to do some more work on this. I think I might even just talk to the dealer and see if I can... what I'm going to do, because, you know, the torque's nice, but... oh, well, let's just do the main hill again and see what it drops down to. I don't think it's significantly better than my Widewheel 1000 watt motor. Definitely want to lighten that steering up a little bit. Well, this is displaying 38 on the dial and my phone's saying 23, so, you know, no real speed advantage up here with the extra wattage. Cruise control now engaged, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. See, I want to be back a little bit further. Fucking hell. Hello, neighbour's backing out. Oh, and she's seen me. Good on her. Well, you definitely don't have any sense of, you know, anxiety about taking your hand off the bars. So again, trail figures are good. And as I expected from those trail figures, you know, it's actually 23 kilometres an hour, 22 kilometres. Gee, I really want to lean back here. 19 kilometres an hour, 17 kilometres an hour. Yeah, it's definitely no faster than my my Widewheel, but it is pretty plush, you know. I guess like the ad says, you know, affordable luxury. Yeah, getting back to what I was saying about the steering geometry is pretty good. Like, it's got, you know, the ability to turn quickly if you want to. You got to lean in with it, you know. But it's it feels a bit sluggish with small inputs to it, which I'm pretty sure is down to the steering stem tension, because I've had that on bicycles as well. Hello, got one of the other neighbours hanging around. Morning. So, yeah, 22, 23. Yeah, maybe it's 1 or 2 kilometres an hour faster up here than my other one, but yeah. So, yeah. Overall, first ride, not excited, not impressed. Wondering if there's anything I can do about changing that. I'm in gear 5. Let's try changing to gear 1. Didn't seem to slow me down at all while I did that. So I wonder what the effect of the gear is. Ah, yeah, you can't, when you're in cruise control and you change the gear, it doesn't do anything. So now we've got crawl. That's fucking great. Let's try gear 2. So a little bit of a kick up, but, you know, not bad. So let's try gear 3. A little bit more of a kick up. Yeah, that's not bad. Gear 4. Why am I calling them gears? Fuck me dead. That's not bad. Still, we're only doing 23. So let's drop it into 5. Yeah, 5's where I want to be. But it's still not as grunty as my as my other wide wheel. So let's see if I can fall off on my favourite bottom corner here and embarrass myself in public. I'm getting the hang of the trigger, but you really want to fucking put your guts into that bar. Bloody hell, don't like that. Well, it definitely has less bump transmission through to you, because each of the bumps is like softened a lot. Now, obviously a lot of that's the suspension, and it's really aided by the compliance of the tyres. So, given that they're tubeless tyres, you're just never going to get a pinch flat on this. But in terms of how it feels, I don't know. I think I might actually just brake a little bit on this corner, because I don't know. Oh, look at that. That was pussy around this corner. Could have done better than that. Yeah. So, doing 26 down here. Tyre noise is remarkably more noticeable. 28. 30. Oh, wow. Oh no. Just an aberration of the GPS figuring itself out a bit. Look, you know, suspension's good. So, with the seat on it for an old fart, this would be a fucking ideal pensioner scooter. But you know, I'm not a pensioner yet. Might have noticed that I weave a little bit more, and I'm really sure that's down to that steering tension. Anyway, interesting. You can put the headlight on two ways. Okay, well, you change foot position and you really rock the thing around. I don't know why wankers want wide fucking boards, but I don't. I mean, let's just give you a look down there. You know, if I got my feet to the sides, it's fucking dreadful. There's not really enough room, you know, for my feet this way. Yeah, 22. I normally take that at like 24. So, yeah. If you put your foot right forward and lean right back, it's fine, but that's not where you want to be when you're accelerating. You want to be up here, and you can't be up there. So, yeah, that's scheissing. So I've got my foot, my left back foot on the actual top of the shock absorber, just to get enough there and make sure nothing's coming. And went for the thumb instead of the trigger, and no kick. You know, like my wide wheel's got more kick. Now this, nice little bunny hop over there, that's good. I'll show you what I mean about coming down my driveway. So let's just brake a bit. It's really nice and controllable down here, and the suspension actually does a really good job on this. So yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, well, that'll do me for now. I'll just turn that off and turn this off. Oh, no, see, there's a whole bunch of really nice things about this scooter, but none of them are about riding it if you're a bit of a thrill seeker. I still think that the wide wheel is far more enjoyable to ride. But, you know, if you're into long distance cruising, this would be better, but it really needs a longer deck, which you can't have. And so what it really needs is to have that stem not leaning back as far, because, I mean, that stem's a long way back there, right? Let me just go grab the other one and see if I can put them beside each other. Okie dokie. Should be able to even put the... Yeah, there we go. Okay, you can see what I mean about the stems there now, that you can put your foot right up here. In fact, I even put my toes onto the top of that. And the bar is, you know, much closer. Now, if I get these front wheels lined up, I won't be able to actually... So that's the front wheels lined up, and you can see how much further back the McCain MX60 stem is. And, you know, you don't have this nice, good kick area to sit. You've got this thing here, and you've got to really worry about that. So, well, not worry about it, but it's not comfortable on your feet. And it's not to one side, it's central, which, you know, I don't care either way. I can adapt to that. But I'd want to put some sort of attachment platform on there. but you know, putting the steerings together, you can see how much more body movement you've got. You can move your body further forwards on this one without having the stem hit you in the guts. And this stem's a fair bit lower too, you know, like, let's just get this right. So yeah, that's that should show how much lower the stem is. So that combines to allow you to lean further forwards when you're hitting the gas, and the my old adage of the foot brake down here, well, sorry, it's not a brake on these things, the foot rest back down here just really is natural on the wide wheel. So there we go. I think I'll just put this together.